Hello, hola. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your girl, Rena MoMoney, and on this channel we talk about real estate, we talk about making money, saving money, tips and tools, credit cards, financial services to use so you can obtain this real estate. Well, today I got another good one for you. Today we're going to talk about how to be the best wholesaler in your city and make more money. So come on in. I'm making this video today for those that want to dive a little deeper into wholesaling, how to get the best out of wholesaling real estate properties. This is for real estate agents that are looking to step on the investing end, but really want to have cash flow because things are slow. This video is also for those that are wholesaling but not quite making six figures. Well, there's so much to cover today, so I'm going to hit a few key points on this video. Then you can go down the description to get some step-by-step instructions. There's an ebook on wholesaling. Get a step-by-step guide on wholesaling. Also, don't forget, go down the channel too. We have a lot of videos that cover a lot of things. So always stay to the end. Always stay to the end. Yes, information is everywhere. Prices are all over the place. I mean, you have some cities, the price is sky high, skyrocket, or either the rent has skyrocketed. So it will depend on your city and state. It also depends whether or not your city and state allows wholesaling. And of course, you already know, if you've been down my channel, you know that wholesaling is basically where you are assigning a contract. You do not need a real estate license. You do not need to be an agent. You do not need a business. Actually, you can wholesale real estate and get into investing with making some quick cash flow. I'm not sure how many of you are already there, but as you know, about 7 to 10 years ago, originally there was only a few companies and investors doing wholesaling. Now everybody and their mama is pretty much doing wholesaling. So let's jump in so that you can have some tips and tools on the best way to wholesale and make more money in your city. Number one, be sure to have positive energy with the seller. Again, I know that sounds minor and minute, but change the way you do business. Start a business if you haven't already. So that would be number one for some. Start a business if you haven't already, because there's so much you can get once you have a business. You get a couple credit cards, and we talk about credit cards. You can get a couple credit cards with 0% introductory rate, 0% interest, 0% for 12 months. Some even offer 18 months. You leverage your money. You put everything on there. You do what you need to do. You build up that credit, then you pay it off. Whether you pay it off in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, you pay it off, and do not let it go over 30%. So make sure that you change the way you do business and start a business if you haven't already. Number two really should be number one, because here's the ultimate key to it all. And the key area is marketing. You have to dive deep into marketing. Once you market and you have that going, there's some software that you can use. There's some apps that you can use. There's different apps, different software that's going to give you different results. Once you get that marketing out there and you start getting the names and numbers of whether you're working on pre-foreclosure, whether you're working on absentee, whether you're working on expired listing, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to do skip tracing. So you want to dive deep into that. Skip tracing costs you about 14 to 24 cents a letter. You need to put a little bit more into that. That helps you to reach out more. You need to do more skip tracing, have a larger number. Stop doing 200 and 300. Use software like text messaging, PropStream, and there's a lot of others. Matter of fact, I have a few in my description. Look down in the description. I actually have the name of the companies that I use and name of companies that will save you money if you use the link and get the discount. That's going to help you with skip tracing, text messaging. I love text messaging. I use two sources, and one, I just love it because it's so easy and simplified. So make sure you do that. You're going to have to dive a little deeper into your marketing in order to make more money. You're also going to have to dive a little deeper and use software and apps. You're going to have to pay that subscription. You're going to have to do it unless you want to do it the hard way. But if you're talking about making more money and being the best wholesaler in your city, you're definitely going to need to dive deeper into your marketing. You're going to have that positive energy. Use apps, be organized, use a company to stay organized, get you a team, get that assistance. So after your marketing, your next is acquisitions. You want to use the internet, use the social media. We talk about that on previous videos. We talk about how to blow up your real estate business. Next, you want to make more money. You need to have more buyers. You need to make sure you get more buyers with funds and resources. So more marketing to buyers as well. You want to do that simultaneously. As you're trying to get sellers and get your phone ringing, you also want to be simultaneously getting buyers. You want buyers that have the funding. Expand. Always think of expanding. Expand your search for vetted buyers. Expand that. You can actually go on a database and find buyers that are buying in the area in the last 30 days, in the last 60 days. If you need help with that, if you're stuck and you're trying to find out how you can get more buyers and the exact sources, schedule a coaching call with me. Yes, you can schedule a coaching call with me. It'll be one-on-one at Canley.com/Rena MoMoney. Some programs for buyers, they cost. Some programs to find sellers, they cost. Some are very expensive. Some skip tracing is very expensive. You next want to set up your showings. Here's a tip. Here's a golden nugget for you. I usually double up. When I am wholesaling a property, I double up. What do you mean by double up, Rena MoMoney? What you do is you set the appointment for the same exact time for 2 or 3 of the investors to come take a look at that property. That sends a sense of urgency. That makes them think, oh wow, someone else wants it. A lot of times you have investors, they only want what everybody else wants. Or they say, okay, well, they must know something. I know that sounds strange, but believe it or not, that really works. So you want to double up. So set up a showing and have multiple showings. That's going to also help you get grand. You're going to have multiple showings. And at those showings, you're going to be getting more buyers information. Put a lockbox on the property if you can, because in your contract, and if you're using my contract, that will be one of the stipulations with the seller. Put a lockbox on the property. You'll be able to put a lockbox on the property. If you're not in that city, if you so happen to almost get a deal and you're not in that city, or you got a deal and you're not in that city, make sure you have boots on the ground. So if it's out of town or a different state, have boots on the ground, which means you want another person that knows exactly what they're doing, another wholesaler or a real estate agent who's going to get a little commission, or that you've made a relationship with, that you can give them a little something for showing the property for you if you're in another state. Another great way of getting more money and getting a little bit bigger in wholesaling in your city is JV with other wholesalers. 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 is better than no thousand. So JV, don't be afraid of that. There's a way you structure that. You write that up properly. There's a lot of wholesalers that don't mind JVing, just like real estate agents. Some agents, if you list the property, you get the entire 6%. If you don't, if you're the buyer's agent or the seller's agent, you only get 3%. So technically you're splitting it anyway, but some split is better than none. Again, these are ways to be the best and make more money. Before I go to the next few tips, and before I get into a few more steps on how to make more money in your city, I want you to subscribe if you haven't already. You know I need that. Turn on that little belly thing so you won't miss the good stuff I give to you. I come on this channel twice a week to give you valuable information. Also, if you need help, I'll say it, and I'll say it again. Don't feel bad about needing a coaching call. Schedule a coaching call with me. Very, very reasonable. $50 for a 30-minute session. Schedule a coaching call. Get all your specific questions answered. The coaching call will definitely help you crush it in real estate and help you with your particular situations. While we're on that, I want to give my shout outs. I love giving my shout outs. If you've been on this channel before, you notice throughout every video, I'll run across or stream across some names. Those are new subscribers, or those are those folk that have taken the time out to comment. So these are for the new subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to you, because you've taken the steps. You know those steps. You need to take those steps to help yourself to become a better you. So as we dive back in, to give you more tips on how you can be the best wholesaler in your city and make more money, you want to put money back into your business. Don't stop and don't give up. The industry is for you. You just need to figure out which niche works for you. Remember, always think big. Always think big. Another thing I want to give you is a few tips on lending. That's always important. Just in case you may have came on this video today to understand more money, but at the same time, you may not be a wholesaler. You may be a person already out there trying to get funds so that you can move to the next level, or so you can blow up your wholesaling, or so that you can start buying rentals. So if that's the case, a lot of times I like to leave you some type of lending tip or some type of credit card. That's why it's always good to stay to the end, because I have gems and tips all through the video. Here's one here. Smart Biz. It's something like it's a SBA 7A loan. It's for business. It's a business loan for small businesses. One thing about Smart Biz, they will require full documentation because it's an SBA loan. It's a 10-year term. So I don't want to assume that folk who come on here don't have it in order, or everybody is a beginner. Some may be a beginner but are looking for the next level where they can borrow anywhere from $30,000 to $350,000. With the SBA 7 that I just told you about with Smart Biz, you go on smartbiz.com, you can get an SBA loan from $30,000 to $350,000. Or you can get a business term loan or a business line of credit. You can get a business term loan, which is $25,000 to $300,000, or you can get a business line of credit. The requirements are 2 years in business. With this particular one, you need $250,000 in revenue, at least a 660 credit score, and they will pull your personal and your business score. And for those who already have their business going and they're having a hard time with the loans because they're self-employed, ADP, you can get payroll paper documents with ADP. It's a payroll provider if you have a small business, and now you can provide yourself pay stubs with ADP. You can also do direct deposit. So check that out. Check out those two tips. That should help someone out that already has a small business or trying to get it going, or trying to take up their business so that they can start getting some lines of credits and some credit cards and or business loans. On the previous video, we talked about National Business Capital, and we also, I think I gave you another one that was in the lending market, ROK Financial, ROK Financial. Make sure you check those out. If you didn't look at the last video, take some time out and look at the last video in reference to moving forward into 2023. Lastly, I want to give another tip on those that are trying to get into real estate, period, that have not purchased their own home yet. If you have not purchased your primary home, there's some things that you need to get ready for. Here's some tips to reach your home buying goals that may help you out as well. And again, you can do both at the same time. Most people, they go into wholesaling if they have not already purchased their primary home. So if you're interested in wholesaling, if you clicked on this one, this may interest you on how you can start your home buying process yourself in 2023. First, you want to work on your credit. Your credit score impacts your mortgage rates and your future home loans. So improve your credit score by paying down debt. Second, you want to plan for your down payment. So you want to work with a professional to explore your options for your down payment assistance. They have so many assistants, so many programs out there that's giving first-time buyers all this money, I think like $15,000. If you're an investor trying to buy investment property, then create a cash flow, and that takes us back to the wholesaling and some other forms and other ways you can get funds and money. Again, if you need some help with this, schedule a coaching call with me, or go down my YouTube channel. I have videos on all different type of angles, all different type of niches, ways, everything in reference to real estate. Here's a tip. Let me give you a tip. Let me give you another tip on home buying goals right quick for that. Go with private lenders. Go with grants. You can get an FHA loan. You can do a HELOC, which is home equity line of credit. Credit cards. There's so many. The third tip on home buying I want to just briefly give you as a nugget is to get pre-approved. Pre-approval for a lender helps you better understand what you can borrow for your home loan. Stop being out there trying to say, "Ooh, I like this home. It's $400,000 and you can only be approved for a $200,000 loan." Know what you can afford. So you can start to get an idea of your numbers. You can start to get an idea of what you want. Sign up for the foreclosure list. I mean, I can give numerous tips and tools. So if you're an agent, Here's something that you also want to relay to some potential home buyers. Have them to prioritize their wants and their needs. So once you get pre-approved, then you want to prioritize your wants and your needs. Create a list of your desired features and things of that nature. And if you're an agent, help them create that list. Don't just say, okay, well, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this. I'm going to start doing more videos in reference to being a landlord, more videos in reference to being an agent trying to get in, just more videos in reference to just conquering and crushing real estate as an investment. Also, too, if you like to hear me talk about stocks, if you like to hear that, comment below. Let me know if that's something you want me to tap into, because I also do stocks. I'm also into cryptocurrency. So tap into it. Comment below, and I need to hear from you, because I'm actually going out on a whim trying to figure out what would be a good thing to talk about. So again, if you haven't subscribed, you definitely need to do so, because I always come on here bringing you valuable information. Keep in mind, home prices appreciation will vary. Home price appreciation will vary. Home sales will be up in the air some places and down in other places. That's how this economy is, and it's going to be out like that throughout the rest of this year. So it actually depends on what state you reside in. I'm in Florida, so things are a little different than someone that's in New York or Pennsylvania or Washington, D.C. Things are different. So learn, educate yourself, perfect your craft. Make sure you come back. Don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already, and get ready, because we're definitely going to be doing it in 2023. Be geared. Thank you, and you take care.